Gordon Ramsay is 5-star chef and restaurateur. He has many restaurants in England and a few in the US. Yes, it is true that he likes to say a couple of choice curse words, but that is because that is a part of his culture. BBC America does a good job of beeping out most of his curse words so the show stays fairly family-friendly. Gordon Ramsay has been the head of 3 shows thus far, and they are Hell's Kitchen, Gordon Ramsay's The F Word, and Kitchen Nightmares. The entire point of Kitchen Nightmares is for him to go into a failing restaurant and turn it around. Not all of the owners are happy to see Ramsay at the beginning of each show. Most chefs argue with him at first as well, but his main concern is that the food, service, and quality of cleanliness are up to par. There have been restaurants that have had bugs, rotten food, and worse on Kitchen Nightmares over the years. However, with a week's worth of work on the establishment, the owners, and service, Ramsay is usually able to help the restaurant survive in this world-shaky economy. Ramsay does not tolerate half-hearted food practices like cooking food then freezing it for tomorrow's service. Gordon Ramsay believes in cooking fresh dishes with sustainable local produce. He makes his food with simple recipes that anyone could cook easily, which he has proved by teaching the chefs in the restaurants that he helps when he is working with them on their menus. Ramsay takes in account of the establishment's competition while he decides what course of change the food needs to take. It is not just the food that changes though. He also works toward changing the current attitudes that the owners, servers, and chefs have with one another. The connection and leadership that an owner needs to have is important for a good working restaurant. Sometimes all Ramsay needs to do is to counsel the people that work in the restaurant to cement their relationships again to make the restaurant come back together again. The best part of Ramsay's help is that he always puts a little bit of his own money into the establishment to renovate part of the restaurant to make things more modern or to help give the owners what they need to cook properly. The before and after versions of each place he goes to on Kitchen Nightmares are always amazing. There are very few places that he has not been able to help in some way with this type of help. Regardless of what you might think of his cocky attitude, Gordon Ramsay is really a good person who cares. By the end of the Kitchen Nightmares episodes, most establishments are very happy he came. There has been an occasional place that has not kept up the standards that he sets to give customers the best experience as possible. You really should give Kitchen Nightmares a look on BBC America and see for yourself the turnaround he makes in so many lives.